Oh, can we cut that out? Okay. All right. So welcome to Game Time with Johnny. Today I have Yazzie and Anika. Make sure to like, subscribe, follow us on Instagram, YouTube. You already know the drill. Yeah. So can y'all tell us a little bit about yourself?
So I'm Yazzie. I'm a model. I'm Brazilian background wise, but I am a Miami girl born and raised here. I've been in the industry for 2.5 years now. Specifically, I do a lot of runway, music video, print work, ads, brand ambassadorships. I tap a little bit of everything, music videos, all that good stuff. And yeah, it's a little bit about me.
And what's up, y'all? I'm Anika. I'm actually from Orlando, Florida, born and raised, and I've been living down in Miami since October of last year. I've actually been coming back and forth to Miami though for about 2 years or so, doing music videos. I do everything from music videos, runway, just started getting into acting. Did my first feature film in December, and Bad Boys 4 back in March.
Oh, I know that's
Okay.
right.
We
Yeah.
live, we both live over here.
Catch you on the big screen, okay?
Listen,
Okay. So a lot of people work in Miami. They're not from Miami. What would be like the ideal places to like start networking and things of that nature if you're like new to the city or you're just trying to break into the modeling industry in general.
I think the first thing to do is find some people kind of in that circle, like social media wise, to kind of tap in with. From there, you find like different networking, different places to go to, and everyone's always putting out flyers on Instagram and things like that. There's different event pages. They're not coming to mind right now, but yeah, and show up to events. I think that's the most important thing. You have to show up. You can't just be like, oh, I'm gonna go and like not go, or I'm gonna go to the next one because you never know who's there, and that's how you build relationships. This industry is so small. Everyone knows everyone some way somehow. So if you're not putting yourself out there, you're not on the scene.
no facts. And like bouncing off of that, when you do meet people, like whether it's like via Instagram or like at shoots and stuff, support other people. Like that is a form of
Yes.
networking. So like when you see another model is
Facts.
hosting somewhere, like at
Yes.
Smoking Pie, like
Absolutely.
and she needs girls, go. Like go to support her, but also go because while you're there, you're gonna meet other models, you're gonna meet other promoters, and like Yazzie said, like you just never know who you're gonna run into at any event down here. And so it is really important to kind of like branch out and put yourself out there. And yeah,
Yeah, and it builds community too, which
Yeah.
is the most
support each
important
other.
part. Yeah,
That's the
absolutely.
only way we're gonna really get to
Yeah,
the top. You can't be selfish in this industry.
one hundred
Only want
percent.
people to look out for you. Only want people to come out for you. No,
Because it
like
won't happen.
it won't.
Yeah,
It
It
won't.
exactly.
won't.
So, where have you guys found the most success in networking? Like, what type of events, what type of venues? Because I know a lot of people be like, they'll have like industry parties, like the QCP party they had in Atlanta for Q, the label manager, owner, I should say, sorry. And the gala by Chris Brown for Chris Brown's party, they had that in Atlanta. And I feel like a lot of those events, they're not really that like I don't know. They're not really that beneficial to networking, but I could be wrong. But I don't really go to them because I feel like if a girl's there working or anything like that, or even like clubs, like I feel like those are situations that people they're like already feel hyped up and important, so they're not really gonna give you that type of day,
Give you the
you
time to
know,
like get to know you.
as like if we were going to get a casting call for like a swimsuit casting or things of that nature. But where have you guys found success?
You
Like,
want to take this one first?
I personally found success in social media, Instagram, like just posting a lot, using hashtags, going to search engines, searching up like for Miami Swim Week. I did a lot of like, hashtag Miami Swim Week, found different pages, followed them, reached out to different brands. And speaking of like the parties and stuff, I will kind of agree with you. Like situations where it's like primarily party based probably aren't like the best just because people are drinking, people aren't gonna give you the time of day like they would if it was more of a quiet setting. For me, I like the smoker events. I feel like the smoking events are cool too, like a little more calm. You can get to know people out there. What's the place called? Kush Factory. They have a lot of events out there, and there's actually a lot of people that go there. So I feel like that's whenever they're having events, like step out there, get to know people.
I'd say for me, it depends on the kind of audience that you want right? And on top of that, just like what you're trying to build for yourself, because every place is different. For example, like the partying scene, obviously you have more people, they're there to turn up, you know? If you know how to, which another thing too, I will say is communication. Do you know how to network? Because not everybody does. It's not walking up to somebody that is successful and saying, oh, like, put me on.
No,
You're not going to get anywhere like that. You're just not. If you don't know how to present yourself, if you don't know how to carry yourself, how to speak for yourself, how to know, knowing what to say, that's going to make a really big difference too. But going back to location wise, again, it just depends. Like if you're doing, like I do pageantry and like Runway. So if I'm looking for people in that network, that's where I'm going to go. I'm going to go to those events where those models are staying at. Like I know I think it was Mad Club. They were hosting an event and it was like a lot of the Miss Universe girls. And so that would be an example. Are you trying to get in touch with those kind of people? You go to an event like that. So it's really touch and go, and it depends on what you're looking for because every place is different.
Even like if you're getting into like acting and stuff, like doing like movie premieres is like a big thing too out here.
For sure.
Going to like the showings, the viewings, just because you have a big chance of running into the director, running into the actors. And like Yazzy said, it's not just going up and saying, hi, I'm Anika. I like acting. Can you put me in the next movie? No, it's having a conversation. You know, first impression is everything. You know, sound like you're interested in not just them, but the event that's going on and stuff, why you're there and everything.
You have to. You don't want to come off like a leech because think of how many people are already doing that
In their face,
Right.
trying to
then,
get.
think about it from that person's perspective. You're out trying to have a good time, even if it is a networking event, and everyone's just coming up to you like that. It's gonna turn you off, you know. So when someone else is coming to you more professionally with a better approach, it's refreshing because it's like, oh, okay. One, you know how to handle yourself. Two, this is a whole different energy that is just more appealing.
You're more serious about your craft.
Absolutely.
One thing I also learned is like not even just with celebrities, is like work with the people who work with that person. So by the time that you even work with the main person you're trying to work with, you didn't work with everybody else around them.
Yep.
You know, so it's not like you're just like a groupie trying to, oh, hey, I'm Mimi here. Like, nah, it's like you see me work with this person you don't work with, this person. You already know I'm solid on business. So it's like there's no other option.
It's just like with music videos too. Like when you're on set, like a lot of like for like the new girls who are getting started, I've never been the type to go up to like the art. I don't care about the artist. Like I want to get to know the camera dudes. I want to get to know the production team. I want to get to know the director, AD, all that, because I feel like those connections are a lot more meaningful and they can take you a lot, you know, further. Like especially with like outside of that one artist you're working with for that day, like. You know, when the production team see that like you're super, you know, engaging and that you're a lot of enthusiasm, they're more likely to want to like book you for other gigs.
Yeah, they're the ones that make it happen.
Yeah,
at the end of the day.
At the end of the day, these artists, they only shoot like maybe 2-3 times every 6 months.
Right.
So it's like it's better to have, you know,
Versus
people who
the
have
doing
like
it.
10 projects a month. They might use you 2-3 times.
Yeah.
Versus, oh yeah, we gonna wait until whatever happens with your situation that you want to shoot again. And on top of that, like, a lot of good girls get told like, oh hey, we finna use you for the next music video by the artist, bro. You already know that you're about to go to a whole different girl. You're not gonna keep the same girl for multiple music videos unless it's like a storyline, and most of these aren't.
Yeah, that's true. And I know you can definitely relate to this too, but sometimes rapport is so important because I'll get calls from directors being like, hey, I want you for this music video, like you fit the look, or they just like your work previously, and you're just on the hot list, you know what I mean? Like you're called immediately, and that word travels, you know? So if the community is small, everyone knows everyone.
Yeah.
Even if you
Director
think they
calls-
don't, there's a lot of people, but it's
you don't know who knows who.
Miami.
Maybe that's your sister. Maybe that's that person's boyfriend. Like you don't know who
Big
is who. So you
Miami
need to
is just
present
like
yourself
this.
in the best
And
way.
you think
exactly.
it'd be like a really big open.
Yeah, and
that's what I
it's
thought
really
coming from
not.
Orlando, and like
Yeah.
no, everybody knows everyone
Yeah.
from Homestead all the way up. Like
To
what?
Orlando, it takes
Right.
one conversation, you know, and it can go any which way. So it depends on you and just how you carry yourself. That's the most important part. That's where a lot of people mess up, unfortunately.
Especially even at like you said, like the parties and stuff. Models, like when you go out there, like don't go out there and get like
Please.
messed up, you know, get super drunk and now you're like acting sloppy and da 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 because you want to be lit. Because like those impressions, like they stick and they
do.
last. You know what I
They
mean? Like
do.
you don't want to be remembered as a model that showed up as a groupie and like got
Yeah.
super trash and was throwing up in the bathroom. No, like you
Yeah.
came there, you took fly pictures, you talked to people, you were like, you know, networking around, getting to know everyone that's at the party. Like,
Yeah, because even party impressions could be good. You know,
Yeah.
we all got those memories of like that one person that turns up and we're like, hey, okay, I know you a
Yeah,
good
we
time.
like that energy. We like that vibe.
Absolutely. So, you know, it all depends.
Yeah. So do you think that you said something about, oh, okay, working with these different people, they call you back. And do you think that part of your branding is part of having like the same phone number to be actually able, and Instagram to be able to actually get those calls and referrals?
yes,
For sure. For sure.
I'm like very big on that. Like, my boyfriend will say, like, why don't you just change your number? Da, 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 if you hate, like, you know, certain people call. I'm like, dude, my number's just tied in with just so many different people, and you just don't want the
So
confusion, especially with Instagram too. I think it was like 2 years ago on my birthday. A couple people got my page like taken down. Call me crazy, call me what you want. I paid $1,100 to some dude in New York to get my page back. Why? Because when I made my backup page, like the first like week, like even now my backup page only has like 1,000 followers. Like everybody thought it was a fake page, like because people have fake pages now. So like it's hard to get your follow back up. It's hard to get, you know, the same motion going when you build a whole new page because your page is your brand.
It is.
So now you're starting
It
from
is.
scratch. Oh no, baby, 1,100. Here you go, Papa. You need more? Let
you
me know.
make that in a week
Yeah.
doing gigs.
Basically, so I was like,
and it's true because even with social media, if you're smart with it, you can make money off the apps themselves. You know, excluding getting paid for bookings and gigs and things as such. So it's just like you just gotta be smart with it because the tools are there. You know, especially nowadays, like there's so many opportunities as if you know how to use them.
And not to get myself in any trouble, but like on social media and things of that nature, like GameTime models, I've not run any marketing ads. Like as a total, like, you know, a campaign or anything. I might spend like $20-$30 a year to try some stuff, but my business generated over $500,000 just Instagram, and I still haven't made any profit.
Consistency, though, is a
just-
big
just for
thing.
the IRS.
Absolutely.
you're pretty consistent with your posts though.
Absolutely.
Like you're very like on it with like BTS and then like posting the videos and stuff. I feel like that plays like a major role into it too.
Yeah, I try to always post like something. There's some videos like, you know, like, bro, I can't post anything from this. But I always, like, when I am there, I'll try to get like 3-4 videos of maybe the model might be in different outfits. So they might not see that post then, but 3-4 months later, they'll see it on the timeline. Like, oh yeah, I remember this. Or sometimes it might be 2-3 years later, and I'll post it and I'll send it to them. Be like, remember this shoot? You know, just stuff like that. You know, makes their life a lot easier.
Absolutely.
So, next kind of question I had is, do you guys feel like you have that one look, that, I guess, baddie look, because we're doing music videos, that one look that you know is your go-to to get booked?
For sure.
Yeah, elaborate a little bit for me because I'm a little on the slower side.
So, like, you know, if you wear your hairstyle a certain way, or a certain outfit, stuff like that.
Okay, yeah, big facts. I've also realized, playing off of like the whole look thing, when I submit certain pictures, I feel like I get booked if I submit like the same 2 photos. Whereas when I switch it up, then I feel like I don't get booked. So I do feel like my look is definitely the straight hair look. Every time I straighten my hair, like it's on and popping. I'm a different person. And then the curls, like I'm a big curl girl. I feel like the curly girls got curl girl here, so doing something right.
I think it's just knowing your look, you know, like everyone is unique in their own way, and knowing what suits you, what pictures flatter you, what angles and things like that. Because, girl, what you said is so true. Them pictures, when you're submitting, it really be a picture of, like, one difference. Like, you switch it up, and all of a sudden, you're like, wait, why am I not getting a call back? And you go back to that one picture, and you're like, oh, okay.
But every time I submit the same 2 photos, back to back to back,
exactly
I get
which ones you talking about
each booking,
Yeah.
like...
Yeah, and also, like, make sure you can also do that hairstyle. But, yeah, like,
No
when
facts.
I notice, like, when I book people, it's... Miami is obviously the curly hair is, like, the look everybody goes to. The straight hair, like, American market stuff. Like, I'm not talking about the Jamaican, the Haitian, and all that other stuff. Just American market is, like, the curly hair look, the straight hair look, the simple, sexy looks, honestly. Because once you start getting into, like, braids and dreads sometimes... I feel like a lot of people they shy away from it, and I try to tell people like, hey, if your guys are gonna do videos, try to go for these looks, but not everybody listens, you know.
I,
But
I mean, like the braids, people probably do shy away from sometimes just because it's a stationary look. But if you're like quick with like switching it up and everything, and like, I feel like you're fine.
I will say kind of on contrast to that because I do know some models that switch up their hair all the time and do get braids.
And they be
The thing is with locks, depending on how, like if they're permanent or not, that's kind of trickier because you, as a model, you want to be versatile with your looks. But with braids and stuff like that, again, like you said, if you switch it up, you can definitely, because I know some people that get a lot of bookings because of how versatile they are.
Like but their
especially
hair
like
is
the
switching
hair
it up
girls.
and
Yeah,
stuff,
exactly. So it's like, as long as, I will say, as long as your pictures look recent, and like you're not saying you have like submitting a blonde picture and your hair is pink right now, you know, then you're fine. It's just some people do have preferences. I will definitely say, it's just working within your niche and the kind of people that appreciate your look, because that's a big factor too.
yeah, I think it's kind of hard to like tell a client, oh yeah, by the way, she dyed her hair red, but here's some pictures. Like,
it is hard because then they're like,
submit with what you have, you know, especially color wise. Like that's a really
if you
big
change
thing.
your hair color, boy, like send a picture of what your hair color looks like today, not a month ago.
Yeah, no, not at all. Because sometimes they want a specific look, you know. Maybe they want black hair for whatever concept they have going on. You show up with red.
So,
Like,
so talking about hairstyles, talking about outfits, looks, how long does it take on average for you to get ready for a video shoot? Because I, like as a casting person, so if I'm casting somebody last minute, I expect at least 2.5 to 2 hours. You should be there and ready.
Wow, that is so nice of you because people be trying to book us
so
with only
reasonable.
30 minutes
What,
to
girl,
get
the
there.
rush
And it's
call,
like,
talking about something you need to be ready. Sometimes I'd be at the gym.
and I'm
talking
like, rush call within the next hour.
And then that's not even counting distance and traveling time. Sometimes it's 30-minute drive, 40-minute drive. That's really generous. That's
that.
real. Yeah, because hair, makeup, outfit.
And depending how much hair you have, like I already know, like with you, like you have long curly hair. Because I know with me, like I just got a curly cut, so like I have to do the whole like curly hair routine, like coil each curl, like 3 different products. So like my hair alone now takes me like a good like 40 minutes because I have to blow dry everything. Like
I will say though, have a model bag.
Yes,
that is such a
key.
lifesaver in my car as we speak.
And me.
Essentials for everything. And I would also recommend having like a washcloth and like a little shower thing just in case. You never know if you gotta go to like a gym, you know, shower up, or I don't know, something. You have your stuff because you literally never know. Sometimes you can be out on the street, you get a call, or you got a booking. Maybe it's on the street.
That'd be me.
Put your shoes on, put your shirt on, you know, make it happen. So, because you never know. The rush calls.
The model bag is a very big essential. Like at least, and I always tell people carry at least like 2 to 3 outfits in there. Carry like a sexy dress because most of the time the descriptions for the outfits are sexy dresses, and then carry like a pair of shorts and a crop top because they always want shorts and a crop top most of the time, and then bikini and lingerie. So 4, carry 4 outfits with you at all times. When it comes to like color wise, I always say like keep it neutral.
Red, white, black. And sometimes blue, but not really.
Yeah.
That's why I carry.
But those are like the 4 main colors.
Yeah.
And then heels and flats. Always carry heels and flats with you.
Always.
Heels is always.
Always.
Facts.
Like it'd be heels every time.
As a model, heels are glued to your feet like you're a Barbie doll. So you got to get comfortable. You got to get used to it. And
pair of clear heels and black is always dope, especially clear ones.
Essentials. You can't go wrong with those. You can't.
Okay, so my next question is, hold on a second. I got to go to my notes. Oh, so branding. Not branding, but what do you call it? Social media influencer type stuff. Collaborations. Collaborations is what I'm looking for. So a lot of people, they do like the hair collaborations, the makeup collaborations. As models, sometimes it's not really a collaboration. It's more of a discounted service or whatever. How do y'all go about that? Because I'm kind of like interested to learn about that because I know a lot of girls do it, but I just never really looked into it.
Personally, I haven't done it where it was like a discounted rate. If it was a collab, it was a collab. On both ends.
Because that's I think what needs to be like differentiated. A collab versus like you're getting a discounted rate. Because I feel like to me a collab is like we're swapping services for services.
Absolutely.
So like, you need me, I need you. All right, and then boom, we're posting it. Whereas like, if I still have to pay for it, then like,
it's not a collab.
not really
It's
a
just
collab.
like
maybe an ambassador.
I don't even want to call it that. But what, like the test model, I guess. What do they call the girls that when they be practicing on them?
Yeah, test models.
Yeah.
But sometimes like some girls will have you do like discounted rates and stuff.
It's mostly where I see it, with like hair and like lashes and those kind of stuff. But I haven't personally done that though.
I haven't personally done like collaborations like that. Well, actually no, like I've done collabs for braids actually. Shout out to my girl Yaz. Listen, I don't know how to spell her Instagram, but we'll put it in the comments somewhere. But I did a collab with her. She's actually fire with braids. Like, she's dope at it. As far as like makeup and stuff though, I think I've actually done makeup before too.
Like the service for service?
Yeah, service for service.
Okay.
Because like,
in that sense, I have done it. Service for service.
Yeah.
But not with a discounted
not with a
rate.
discounted rate, but usually like the service for service, it's like we're models, so like they want us just to like post and like take a couple videos and keep tagging them throughout the week and stuff like that. Help build their following, advertise for them. You know what I mean? That's the only way I've kind of done it. And photographers do a lot of collaborations too. I do those.
Yeah,
with
that was another
photographers.
thing I wanted to mention with photography. So I noticed sometimes, like I used to do photography. I stopped doing it. When I do a collaboration, where do you guys expect to post the tag for the photographer when you
post the tag?
Yeah.
Well, normally I just collaborate with them on the post, and then like in the caption, I'll put like a camera emoji.
Me too.
And then like the 2 colons, and then I'll just add them like that.
Because some of the people be, oh yeah, here's a picture, here's a status line, and then go like 5 enters down. Then they'll put the.
Yeah, no, I feel like for me personally, I don't think that's fair, because the same way like, you want your work to be seen as a model, you want the photographer to get as much credit as he can. So I try to like put like, the at like right underneath the caption usually, and then like collab with them on the post. I have seen models though that don't even tag the photographers at all, and I'm like, yo, that's so messed up. Like, because I guess they don't want girls to go to their photographers. That's what I've heard, and it's gatekeeping, and it's just girls do that type of stuff because it sucks for the photographer, and it's just like. It's like, why are you gatekeeping for other girls too?
Yeah,
like, you want people.
Like that. I don't like people who do stuff like that. That's just ugly behavior.
You don't like gatekeeping.
Especially for like a collab.
Yeah, you should give.
Like, come on now. like that's literally what the collab is for. Exposure for both parties, So it's just.
The only time I watermark it is if I really like the photo and it's like a model who has like a large following.
Of course.
Just in case they don't. But if it's like, I don't like the photos, here, have it. If
Okay.
you love them.
I know photographers that do that too.
I will say about the watermarks though, some of the placements are ugly as fuck for these watermarks. And I'm gonna say this.
It'll be like right in the center. Like,
I'm
what?
gonna say this because it actually got me tight one time, and it was just, and some of them like, it just don't look good on the picture. And like, no, I understand that. Like, absolutely, like, have your shit there. I get it, but at least have it look good with the picture. You feel me? Like some people will put it smack dab in the center, and it's like now you're not even looking at the picture, and you're looking at the watermark.
I put mine in a place like it's not gonna be like on their face or on their.
Yeah.
Like I put it in a place where.
Ones.
I like it in the corners or like.
No.
Like not all the way at the bottom, but you know what I mean. Like, don't put it over my body.
Yeah.
Like, put it like a couple.
In like its own little area.
Right. Yeah.
Because when it's just like crossing with the picture, it distracts from it.
I put it in a place to where it's not intruding on the picture, but you just can't crop it out if you want to.
Okay, you see, I like that. Yeah, like so if my body's in the center, like literally put it to the right side of my body, so that way, like, you know what I'm saying, like, can't crop it, like, but put it above, like, put it by my like knees, so I can't crop my legs out.
Just as long as it's not an eyesore, because then it's like I don't even want to post a picture at this point.
No, like when I first started photography, I used to make my photography tag way too big, and then my Instagram was like a really long, so it was like this long, and then the picture had like this much. It was bad.
Why'd you stop doing photography?
It was just like one of them things, like people weren't serious, people always cancel, and people are just headaches. Like, you don't want to snap on somebody just because you're trying to do a service and they're being difficult. It's not a passion. It was just something that, like, I got good at, but it's like being good at something you really don't care for it.
No, yeah, because now the hobby that you enjoyed becomes work, and now it's like
takes the fun out of it.
Yeah, especially when people don't value it as much as you do, or don't see like the hard work that's put into it that you put in.
Just a lack of respect.
And I feel like it also was like a conflict of
photographers don't get a lot of respect.
No, not really. But
I
I
will
feel
say, I
like
don't know. Sometimes, I'm sorry to cut you off, but I don't know. Sometimes with photographers, though, I will say, because I've had some really shitty experiences with some photographers, whether it be like from photo shoots or collabs, like even in the runway, where like some of the girls, we call them pervs with cameras because that's what they'll act like. So
Yeah,
I
they
will
don't really
say
know.
it's just like it depends. Yeah, because no, I've been in a situation with photographers where like instead of being outside like where the runway is taking pictures where they're supposed to, they're backstage taking pictures while people are getting half naked in the background, and they've like we were being like, okay, get out. You know what I mean?
No, yeah,
And that's
for
been
real.
too many times for my liking
I
in
agree.
different situations like that. So I will say I can kind of get where people kind of get that idea from. I know it's just like it's not everybody, you know.
Yeah, like me, I do Playboy, so it's so funny how many guys will literally hit me up, like photographers, and the first thing they say is like, I'm like, so do you have a concept of anything you want to shoot? Like, do you have a mood board for me or any ideas? Well, I just want to do Playboy content with you. No,
Yeah.
no. You're not about to see me naked. I literally have like one photographer that I work
Yeah.
with for Playboy, and that's it. That's all. I fly
Yeah.
to Vegas, go shoot with them, and come right back. Because
Yeah.
guys out here, yeah, they only want to shoot OnlyFans content. Everyone's a photographer. No, you're just a perv that bought a camera, literally at Best Buy
Yeah, and
yesterday.
it's a safety issue too because
It
when you're
is.
doing these shoots, sometimes you're going to different locations. You don't know the area and whatnot, so it's like you gotta be 10 toes.
Yeah, don't be
Yeah.
doing photos with just anyone, ladies. I don't
Yes,
care if they say they're
facts. Do
photographers.
research.
Do your research.
Ask around.
Yeah, look at their tag photos too. See what the
Yes.
tag photos look like. I do that with
absolutely.
everything.
Absolutely.
sometimes with the photographers, it's like you said, like you got to make sure like they have good work. You know,
And your tag photos, you see
that's
everything.
the main thing. I would say for me, like I don't care if you bring people to your shoot, but they got to be conducive to something. Like if you're
gotta be helping.
if you're bringing your boyfriend, he better tell you how to pose. If you're bringing your best
Your
friend
friend,
as
she
a
better be
cheerleader,
fixing your
That's
hair,
valid.
your makeup,
yeah,
doing
like
stuff.
make them do something. But like I was shooting out of my crib too, and
How do you feel about that? Doing the
it
a
was
great
cool because if you cancel on me, I didn't have to go nowhere.
Okay, that is a positive though. Okay,
Gas is great.
okay,
Yeah.
that's great. So you don't have to go.
The
nowhere.
only inconvenience I had is when people want to bring people and then they might knock over my light or something, and my
Yeah, they're
lights were
just like-
like $700 each. Actually, I paid $700 altogether, but they're really like $700 each,
Yeah, yeah.
brand new.
No, camera equipment is stupid
And-
expensive.
Yeah, the camera's just
like as a
the
whole.
tip of the iceberg. Like once
Yeah.
you actually start deep diving into your like career and your craft, like you're
Lenses,
spending thousands on like lenses, lights, like each.
I think the only inconvenience I had for a shoot is I had been waiting months to shoot this girl, and normally I won't wait for like anybody. If it's past a certain time, I'll be like, no, whatever. So this girl gets there an hour late. I'm like, whatever. She goes to the restroom, gets changed. Power to the whole neighborhood cuts out. Never came back to shoot again.
You're lying.
No.
Oh my gosh.
That was like a sign or some shit. Like I don't know. That's crazy. Like,
Honestly-
as soon as she got out, like everything just
that was a
She was in the bathroom when the power cut out. And I was like, I know I paid my light bill.
like I know it ain't me.
I was like, no, it ain't us.
that's funny as fuck.
I mean, but yeah, that probably was a sign to save you because honestly,
yeah.
some models shooting them do be headaches. I used to help out with an agency out in Orlando, and there is this one model. She took the photos our photographer did. Actually, I'm gonna shout him out. Stitch a Class Photography, fire if you're in Orlando models, does an amazing job. He shot her and he edits pictures perfectly. Doesn't make you look too fake, like amazing. She, I guess, went and edited it herself, and she looked like a completely different person. And then like made her waist go in a little more, made her thighs super big,
Yeah.
and it's like, it's just disrespectful,
It
to the
is.
photographer that took his
It
time
is.
editing, and it's just like disrespectful to yourself because you do not look like that. And when you
Right.
submit those photos to your casting agent, and then they submit it to the directors, and then the director chooses you because this is what they think you look like, and you show up to set not looking like that, it's just.
It causes so many
yeah.
problems, and that's one thing. I had a director. We had a full-on conversation about shit like that, where one of the girls submitted, and whatever. They're like, okay, she shows up and she looked nothing like her pictures or her Instagram. Like
I had
at
that
all.
happen before, and the client liked her.
In this situation,
I was
they
about to
sent
send
her
her home.
home. No, in this
So
situation,
what
they
you-
sent her
so
home.
you were there at the
that,
set.
That turned out for the best, but in this one,
No, I done had it a few times I had to send girls home, but one time I was about to send this girl home, and he's like, but I didn't even bring it up to the client. I just wanted to see what he was about to say. And then afterwards, he's like, yeah, man, make sure you get her Instagram before she. I'm like, bro. I didn't even
worked
say
out for
nothing.
her.
It worked
that
out. It
sense.
worked out. But usually, yeah, ladies,
Most of the time, it does not.
come as yourself because when
Yeah,
you're
most
changing,
of the time.
Yeah.
Most of the time, I felt like I know that you haven't been booked by me, but you have a couple times. My process is you're gonna have like I'll try to find videos and stuff that are unfiltered. A
you
lot of
actually
people,
sending it to send. You say in your
Yeah,
submissions
to
like
submit
send
unfiltered.
unedited, clean pictures too because
yeah, but when I get that text from the girls like, are these pictures what you want? I already know that
No,
you didn't follow my directions,
facts.
so I'm not submitting you. So, yeah, that's another thing. So another topic I actually wanted to bring up, actually I wanted to backtrack to was a lot of people, and we're talking about guys only want to shoot bikini OnlyFans. The OnlyFans is a different story, but I will say until Instagram decided to go death row on their algorithm and stuff,
full blown death row.
they
Needle in the
Don't
arm.
even.
the
get me
bikini
started.
stuff and the more sexy type stuff, that's what gets the views. Like
It
if I
is.
post, let's just say I post the outfit with you with the outfit you have on versus you in a bikini, the bikini is gonna get 10 times as many views as the outfit that you have on now. So it was just a matter of having everybody's attention. Because if I post fully clothed stuff, not a lot of girls are gonna be like, oh, I want to shoot with him. They want to shoot with somebody who's, oh, he seems like he has some type of excitement or something going on to where these other high end girls will want to shoot with me. Now, one thing a photographer always taught me, he's like, if you shoot a lot of pretty girls, you're not gonna make as much money as if you shoot girls who are just average.
I can see how that's true and not true because when you're only shooting like the models, it kind of makes the other other clientele like steer away from you because they feel like they're probably not as pretty or they're probably not as like model-esque enough to like be shooting with you. And so I feel like if you do go on a photographer's page and you see like a wide range of different clients that he has on there, and different forms of beauty on there too, it makes you more, as a photographer, more susceptible to getting more clients because your
For
audience
sure.
is gonna
It's
branch out
broader.
more.
Yeah.
That was my problem as a photographer. It's like if I didn't like the girl who I was shooting, I don't want to sit here and edit it. I'm sending it off.
I don't blame you. I mean,
Like if I really like the shoot and I like how everything kind of turned out, I'm gonna sit there like however long it takes to edit. But if I don't, here ATL visuals, he'll have it done back to me in his record amount of time.
Yeah.
I can't give his time away, but some people it's longer than what mine is.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I wanted to kind of touch back when you mentioned the bikini pics and stuff, and that's true. But what plays a really big factor in that is also your audience. So if most of your audience is following you based off of like swimwear stuff or like Swimweek, for example, or like music videos, most of the time you're in a bikini music video or just showing a lot more skin, that's what they're following you for. That's what they want to see. So if you then switch it up and now you're fully clothed, your audience is like,
no facts.
this isn't what I followed, So I think that's also a really big difference because there are certain models, for example, more in like the high fashion world that are just more covered up and they still get hundreds of thousands of views and likes and things like that. But that's what their audience looks for.
yeah.
That's
So
like,
it's a really big distinction as well because so it's just, it depends. And I've done that and like I've played before with the kind of content I post, kind of see what does better and what doesn't. Because like, for example, if you have more men, the more skin you show, the more engagement you're going to get. If you have women, depending on how you're posting, then you'll get more engagement from them. But it's just different audiences are curated to different content.
I think my following used to be 80% female, 20% male. I think the males have kind of
taken over. I mean,
Not
you
taken
are
over,
posting
but, yeah.
videos of like
Yeah,
bad
more
bitches
like music
and
videos, stuff like that.
But I've had the crazy thing is I've had girls, and I jumped in a girl's DM like like hey I'm interested in possibly booking you, and then they're like oh I'm just here to just like the videos of the girls and stuff. Like
Sounds like
and it'd be like that. And like picking up on what you said, like testing out like different like
Yeah.
content. I try that all the time because as I said, like, do music videos, do Playboy. So like my pictures are like, as you
It's
guys see,
interesting, right?
they're kind of like risque. And then whenever I make gym content and I post it, like, oh my God, I'm like getting like only like 200 likes versus like
Yeah.
1,500 likes. And I'm like, oh, y'all don't want to see nothing healthy. Y'all just want to see some
Yeah.
ass. Like,
Yeah.
so do you think?
but it is my audience. My audience is, that's what they're following for. They expect to see, a little more risque
yeah,
stuff, a
bit
little more
on the sexy
ass
side.
shaking,
Yeah.
sexiness, not me doing
Yeah,
deadlifts.
which there's nothing wrong with either one of them. It just depends on the kind of audience that you want. That's literally all it comes down to.
So do you think like the viewership of Instagram and social media plays a part into who gets booked? So if on
In
social
what
media,
sense?
Like,
so like
Like
okay,
follower account wise?
no, no,
like
no. So
engagement
okay,
on
so
your photos.
on my
100%.
agency page,
Yeah.
right? Let's just say I post a certain type of girl, right?
Mhm.
She does really well every time I post her.
Mhm.
Versus I get another girl and I post her a few times and it doesn't do as well. Do you think that plays into a factor of you getting booked?
Of course.
For
Of
sure.
course. There's some faces where like in the runway world, music video world, whatever. And again, like I know you know this too. Like as soon as you see them, you know they're booked. Like that should like they're booked. Whether it be like how they carry themselves or like the engagement they have, but mostly it is a big engagement thing, especially like in the runway worlds. Sometimes one of the first questions they ask you is what's your follower count?
I wouldn't think
what
that
are
in
they what are
Runway.
they gonna, which is crazy.
'Cause
Yeah.
Runway, like, I'm not like.
Swimweek is a great example of seeing that. You can tell by someone's walk because a runway model is not just a model. They're different categories. Same way pageantry is not the same thing as runway. They're more similar in terms, but they're still very completely different walks. You know what I mean? So it just kind of depends on what niche you're talking about.
I never really did deal with pageantry or runway.
Mm-hmm.
I think runway was like something I wanted to get into. I kind of
Mhm.
went to my first event with Fusion Fashion, and there's another fashion show that I
Mhm.
went to. But yeah, that's something I'm trying to get into.
And it's a great way to network there too.
Meet
'Cause
designers too. Like, I feel like that's
Absolutely.
like the bomb.com. Like,
Absolutely. Yeah. I've made so many great connections through Runway because the thing is, when you're doing Runway, you are the product, you are the show. And in that, however long, 30 seconds, minute that you're out there on that stage,
you need to sell what you
you need
got
to be a
on.
performer. And you can tell so much by somebody based on how their runway walk is, their presence, their ambiance, their aura, all of that. And I've gotten hella bookings just off of that.
Mm-hmm.
People coming up to me afterwards, I loved your walk. You got a nasty walk. Like, yeah, I know, book me. And so that's a great way to network, but also you have to train for that and you have to be good at your crafts.
You have to just be confident, like, you know what I mean? And
Absolutely.
like, don't be scared to like ask questions. And
Yeah,
like,
of course.
when I did
yeah.
Swimweek this year, like I was watching all the girls walk and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so nervous. But I was like, the hell am I nervous for? Like, I'm a bad bitch too, or else I would not be here. I would
Yeah.
not have gotten casted.
Hello.
So you know what? Like, I'm walking for Daniel Leathers. Like, what Ice Spice be wearing his shit. Cardi B wear his shit. Let me go out there and like own this. I think that's part of it too. Like having that confidence and just knowing that if you weren't good, you would not be in this room. But you're in this room because you
Facts.
are good. So like, go walk like you're the fucking best.
Absolutely.
Because all the fashion shows that I went to, like you're not in that room unless you're supposed to be in
Yeah,
that room.
exactly.
And you
And-
can tell. You can tell because even sometimes if someone is on the stage where like their walk isn't up to par or whatever the case may be, those are things that you see as soon as they come out, And
Tell they're
even
not confident.
you can, and especially even if they are great like performance wise or like walk wise, I should say, if their confidence isn't there, you could have the best walk in the world. If your confidence is not, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
That's facts. Yeah.
Because it's like, who wants someone like wearing their clothes and they're just like this the entire time? You can't even see the clothes. You know
Yeah,
what
if
I
I'm a
mean?
designer and you wear my shit, you better
Hello.
you better act like you
Hey.
made it with your bare hands,
Right,
right?
you
And
know,
take pride in it.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever had to deal with like any scammers like during Fashion Week?
Oh my gosh. Let me
talk
can I
your
please.
shit? Talk your shit.
Okay,
I'm
so
Talk your shit, girl.
the show's about to start, mind you. When we did rehearsals a couple days before the show, they had all the models like walk on the stage, and they told the designers are in the room like, hey, like if you see a model you like, pick her to walk for you for the show, whatever. I don't even remember his name, girl,
Okay.
because like that's how goofy the situation was. So the day of the show comes, whatever. A designer comes up to me. He's like, hey, like, I know I didn't talk to you the other day, but like I really want you to walk for me. And I looked at him, I was like, all right, well, like what clothing like do you have? Like what are your pieces? Oh, it's actually gonna be lingerie and stuff. Here. He gives it to me. It's like literal like bra and underwear from Victoria's Secret. Like it's not even like anything like that he made. It's nothing that like he put thought or time into. And he wanted me so badly to go up on that stage and go walk in Victoria's Secret but act like it's his. And I was just like not feeling it. And so, I went and tried on the outfit, and I just was like, like, I'll be honest with you, like, I don't really want to walk, blah, blah, blah. And he actually had the nerve to try to ask me back for the underwear. And I was like, I actually wore the underwear because he told me to put it on. So I don't think that's kind of sanitary. He's like, oh, I'm just going to return it. I'm like,
Return?
I looked at him. I was like, sir,
crazy.
I've worked in retail for years. They're not going to take that back. It's underwear. Like, that's nasty. And he was like, well, no, like she said I have 90 days. Yeah, 90 days for everything else but underwear. Like, can you imagine if everyone just returned underwear and you brought it to me to put on just now? Like, but I know what he was going to do. He was going to give it to another model and have another model wear the panty. So yeah, I was like, I didn't even follow him on Instagram. I can't even say his name because I didn't even try to remember it because I was just like, you're just, it was disrespectful to other designers. Like you just wanted to put on your resume that you worked with Daniel Leathers and that's it. But really, you're not a designer. Like you're at all. Like, first off, you're stealing somebody else's product, which is so fucked up.
And that's so
crazy.
disgusting. But you reminded me, there was this casting. I cannot remember who it was. Oh my God, this was like a Swimweek casting for like last year. So like in the model group chats, there's like hundreds of girls, right? Like 300, 400, whatever. So it'd be hella people at these castings. They had like 3 to like 5 swimwear like pieces. It was like bikinis and like one pieces or whatever. They were passing it like each girl just like back to back. No panty liners, no nothing. Yo, I swear to God, they were in the group chat going crazy. They were like, what the fuck is going on right now?
Exists.
Yes,
like,
it does.
Search up what
and
BV is, not just gonorrhea. Just search up what BV is.
Please. Please, yes.
Because it's not just sexually transmitted infections that us ladies can get. It doesn't have to be sexually transmitted. Like, just sharing, like, anything, like, with just women, like, it's nasty.
That,
like,
tight clothes, staying in your underwear if it's wet, like in bikinis
gym,
and stuff. Yeah, that kind of, you feel me? You got to be on top of that because, no. But they did that, and that casting went on for, like, 4 hours. Like, that's like a regular casting time period. So, like, 4 or 5 hours.
I'm out of there. I'm not even, don't cast me
I wasn't
wait.
This is I didn't
at a live
see
casting.
Yeah, this was at a live casting.
That's gross.
Because they had to try on the clothes. They were just passing it on to the next girl. And the models in the group chat, because I'm reading my phone, it's blowing up. They're like, this is so fucking disgusting. Like, they have us sharing these. There's no panty liners.
Y'all got options in this world. Just don't do it. Just don't.
Like, please, like, literally, por favor, like, don't. Like, don't. But some of them were. And they were passing on the bikinis and stuff like that.
They want to walk really bad,
yeah.
so they're like, I'll just do it. But it's like...
Yeah, but it's stuff like that, you know, it's just... Be very careful who you work with. Don't work with everybody.
And
be selective.
Yeah, be selective.
Absolutely.
And that's going to take patience.
Don't just take every job. Please don't, because it's not worth it. And, like, doing stuff that you're not comfortable with, or in literally any regard, especially if you're a new model, because that's who they really target. It's just...
And, like, doing your research. Like I said, like... The guy that wanted me to walk for him, like, when he handed me the clothes, I literally looked at it and I was like, oh, shit, this is from Victoria's Secret. It literally had the tag on it and everything. Like, he literally had somebody go and buy it. That's literally 30 minutes before. He's like, my assistant's going to get you, like, the medium bra size. Like, she'll be back. Tag on and everything. And it's, like, stuff like that. Wow. Like, I know for new models, like, we're, you know, a lot of people, we want to get out there. We want to put ourselves out there. We want to take every opportunity. And there's probably, like, 100 models are like, yo, I would have walked still. I would have put that on.
100%.
But also keep in mind that the pictures that are being taken, you're portraying it as this designer's work, knowing that it's not, knowing that it's Victoria's Secret's work. In my head, I was thinking to myself, like, oh my God, if I ever want to work for Victoria's Secret and I have this shit on my page and I'm saying that it belongs to so-and-so, knowing that it literally says pink all around the band, I'm not going to get booked with Victoria's Secret ever because they're going to sit there and look at me crazy.
Absolutely.
So yeah, just be selective, be patient, like, and do your research. If it's not their work, don't wear it. You always wear people's work. Don't wear work that they stole from somebody else, even if it is a big branded company like Victoria's Secret. It doesn't matter. It's not original. It wasn't yours. It's not theirs. Don't wear it.
Which a lot of designers are doing, unfortunately. A lot of these like bikini brands and like fitness brands, they just get their shit off of Shein. They buy it in bulk and they sell it for 10 times the price. So it's just like, I literally had a designer. Oh my God. She literally, it was like a similar situation, but it was a Shein bikini. It had the tag on. She was passing it out in the Shein bag. Talking about something, oh, these are my designs.
I hate, and it's like, girl, I bought that literally last month. It's in my closet right now.
Actually,
what you mean?
No, but
like,
actually, that's...
And I actually use a discount code. Discount code summer10. Like, tell you exactly how much I paid for it, saying it's yours. Oh, I just hate fraudulent behavior.
Yeah,
that's fraudulent.
No, I agree. My favorite question is, oh, so you designed this?
So how do you guys know if it's like theirs or not? I mean, obviously, like with popular designs, like oh, I know this is from Sheen.
You can just tell, like when they buy it, the tags will still be on it. It'll be
Yeah,
like
like
the
it's-
fucking Hanes thing in the back or whatever it may be. They like will just like iron something over it. Like
Usually
you can just tell.
usually people are like fraudulent with their work. Like they're just sloppy with it too. They don't care that you can.
Yes.
Like the guy didn't care that I could see that the Victoria's Secret tag was there. He handed it to me with the tag on. Like he didn't care that I could see that it said pink all the way around. Like he didn't care. Like that lady with the Sheen bag, she saw that y'all saw the Sheen bag.
Yeah.
She still went up and told y'all it was her work.
Yep.
But it's because again, there's gonna be. There's 10 models in that room. At least 8 of them are still gonna wear it and be like,
Yeah.
all right, whatever. At least I get pictures. At least I can go on
That's
stage
true.
and da da da. Whereas there's only gonna be 2 that are gonna have respect for the art. You know what I mean? Like and
Yeah.
understand the code.
Which is also how standards drop too, because it's
Standards
just
have
so many
dropped.
people that are. Girl, don't even get me started. So many people that are willing to do things for dirt cheap, if anything, and just no respect for themselves. Like they don't ask for certain requirements. They don't care if like they have food on set, water on set, if parking is covered, different things. Like different money should just already be included in gigs, like just as a basic form of respect.
I think
And
parking is
some
one of them.
things-
Parking for sure, because if you're having me
absolutely.
pay,
especially in Miami, yo, that shit is not cheap.
I don't even think that I forgot who booked
the
me for
Miami Beach one.
Was that with you? And the parking was like they wanted, but he ended up paying for parking. One thing about it, if y'all ain't work with,
Are you talking about in the tower in Miami
yeah,
Beach?
and it was like the cheapest parking was like $40 or something, I think. Like, or maybe that wasn't with you. It was on South Beach somewhere.
It was. I know I had one with the Haitian guy. That
Haitian guy.
It was $20. He covered it.
Yeah, he
though.
covered it. So this one wasn't with.
Are you talking about the other Haitian one, the one that I didn't know what they were talking about when I just posted the video and it was like some crazy translation?
Yeah, I think it might. No, because this song was being
Wait, 'cause what
translated.
was the translation?
Girl, I'm not gonna say because it's just so nasty. I understand Creole, and like I was like, oh my gosh, I can't even post this on Facebook because the music was so raunchy. Like
Oh my god.
it was
I'm
so
asking you
it was
off
like
camera.
raunchier than like American hip hop music, and like as a Haitian, like yeah, it was just so dirty. But yeah, that shoot though, like was it that one where the parking was like $40 or something? But I think they ended up paying for parking for sure. One thing with Johnny, like I've never had an issue. If y'all ain't worked with him yet, get on it. Like parking's always paid for. Like it's never like a non-negotiable. But like when clients pick their locations, they don't put that in their mind of like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, well the models are getting booked. They're gonna be paying $40 for parking. Da da da. But they also don't care because there's a lot of casting directors that don't care either. Like Johnny, you are you're one in a million that care about stuff like that. A lot of casting directors see it as like, well, this is your job. Like you should be able to afford to pay for parking. Like da da da. But it's like, no, if you're paying me $150 for 3 hours, 2 hours, and then parking's $40, and then gas, I literally made like $90.
Exactly.
Right.
That's why, again, you have to be so specific with who you work with because some people do not care and some do.
And what another agency won't do, another will.
Absolutely.
So the other
Oh,
agency that
hello.
won't pay for my parking
Yeah.
or won't make sure I'm straight
Yep.
and everything, guess what? That's cool. Because Johnny over here, GameTime Model's gonna make sure I'm
Hello.
good every time. Like, what? I could list off
Yeah.
a couple people that, like, they do their thing out there. They make sure we're always good, make sure we're always respected, make sure parking's always taken care of. Like,
Keep your standards high because the second that you drop it or you're just like, I don't care, like, I'm just going to be chill, whatever, like,
it drops it for everybody else.
it drops it for everybody else, but also, like, respect yourself, you know? And, like, it's just, you just end up losing so much more than you're gaining. And for what? Like, they're getting all of that. You're doing the work. You're doing your thing. You did your makeup, your hair. You drove. You're paying all this money. What are you really getting out of it, you know? And it's like, I've seen sometimes, especially, like, if you're Ubering, those Uber prices are not cheap.
And
Like,
taxis for the New York
Exactly,
girls.
exactly. So it's those kind of things. Like, again, if 150, if that's the pay rate for that, that's all gone just on Uber. Are you being fed? Like, what else is being covered? You know. So it's like, what if, especially if you're on set for like a really long time, you need to eat. So it's just one of those things. Like, if you don't
Need to
say
eat more than
something,
fruit
some people-
roll-ups, guys.
Yes, more
Fruit
than
roll-ups
water
and
and
alcohol.
tequila.
I'm telling you,
Okay.
fruit roll-ups and alcohol and then some Lay's potato chips, and
Yeah,
y'all want us to stay
no.
lit and focused
No.
and energized till 8 p.m. and I've been here since 11.
Which is another thing too, like, I don't know. As soon as I get on set, if you're already pushing to start drinking and stuff like that, I'm already looking at you weird because it's like, this is still work. And you feel me? And it's just like,
I'm gonna take a shot though.
and no,
I'll be
I
the person. I'll
definitely
take a
respect
shot,
that. Like,
but-
you feel me? Have a little vibe, but it's like, there's limits to it. You know what I mean? Like, if it's like a party scene specifically, or you're told beforehand that this is just like a pull up vibe, we're just gonna do some like BTS shots, some back recording, cool, whatever. But if you're coming in hot already, oh, take a shot, take a shot. Because I've had some people on set be like really pressuring about that. It's like,
I mean, I've been on a set before for like a major artist. I'm not even gonna say his name because I really fuck with him so heavy. I love him. He's one of my favorite people, my favorite artist to listen to. But his shoot was on a boat, and it was a big ass boat. It was dope. And wait, do you know what I'm talking about? It was on this big ass boat, and we were not allowed to drink no alcohol. We weren't allowed to. We could only have water. But mind you, like, I was cool with that, like, because I understand it's work. But it was also like, damn, can we have at least one drink? We were out there for like 8 hours. And it was the most serious like booking I ever did in my life. But they wanted us to be twerking, be shaking ass, be like partying the whole entire set. And it's like, I'm drinking water and it's hot outside, and it's
on
like there's no like, you're not. That right there is like where you should like set the vibe. Okay, like if you want the girls to be lit and everything, obviously like control the alcohol intake with them. Like don't be shot. But like, all right, like everybody want to drink. All right, boom, cheers. Like they literally had us. The song was like saying like shot o'clock or whatever, and they literally had us like taking shots with nothing in it. And we had to keep acting like we were just taking fake shots for 8 hours. Like, just like, it was so crazy. And the song was literally like, shot, take a shot o'clock, take a shot
I'd
o'clock.
like, what shot?
There was one girl that kept
shots?
saying that though. And I was like, girl, shush, you looking like you fiending. Like, but she kept mentioning it. She was like, I wish there was real liquor in here so I could take a real shot. And like, the actors did not care. Mind you, there was liquor though. The artist was drinking. Him and his friends were drinking.
It was just y'all.
They just wouldn't let the models have any liquor. So like the last 2 hours, the artist, his friend, looked back and was like, damn, why y'all so serious? Y'all not lit or nothing? And we were like, we haven't had no alcohol this whole 8 hour day. And he was like, really? Man, I'm gonna sneak y'all some liquor. And he gave us one shot, but it's like, all right, this shit's already over now.
I wonder if like something happened with that artist, like on a different kind of set with liquor, maybe.
I don't think it's the artist. I think it was the director that was like, it was the director that was like,
because when you're on a long set and people are drinking, it's a gift and a curse. Like people can be turned up, or people can get sloppy drunk. Even with smoking, some people it helps them focus. Other people stone out. That's true. You know, I had one girl, she's like, I'm gonna smoke before the video. She stoned out. And I'm just like, bro, you're not even dancing. You just...
You're sitting there like this.
For real. Like, listen, if you can't hang with the gang while you high, do not smoke that baddie. Like, wait till after the shoot. Especially if like you're one of those people where your eyes are like mad low.
Yeah,
and, like,
or get stupid red. Like
it can be seen on camera.
It wasn't even that. It was just she couldn't move.
She was just
stuck.
Like
situations like that. It's like either you don't book them again, or you just
give them another chance, but you talk to them.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta talk to people and be like, look, I want to work with you, but nah, I'm good on
like
that.
You just can't do this again.
Yeah.
But like I also again like I wasn't mad either because like you said, like I wonder if something happened where and production's probably been through that before where it was like, you know, they've had girls get sloppy. I've been at a shoot before where one girl the shoot we had to be like not sexy, it was no twerking based at all. It was just simply like more sensual movements and stuff. However, it was 14 girls and there was one girl who was drinking, and when I tell you, like, she was, while we're all being sensual and being like, she gets up and like literally like face down, ass up, starts like clapping cheeks, and literally the videographer like stops recording, and director's like, honey, no twerking, please. Kind of and she's like, okay, no twerking. And then they're like, action. Starts bouncing ass again, like all over the place, like dropping splits and everything, doing the most. And then we just had to keep cutting because like, baby, this is not that.
They ain't sent her out the room.
There's some girls.
No. Because the artist was kind of fucking with it. The artist was liking that. He was like, yeah, but it's like, no, bro, like this is your video. Take it serious. Like that's not the vibe.
I have some girls, like some girls who only like to act. I have some girls like they only like to twerk. And then there's also some girls who will twerk and then never turn around to the camera to show their face.
It's just ass.
Yeah, that's true. And again, it's just everyone's niche is different. Those tend to be more like the video vixens.
But I feel like even with twerking though, like you should like, you know, I feel like we're all pretty. So like with twerking, like, yeah, your ass looks great, but we still want to see a little bit of face, be sexy in the face, like be a little versatile. Like I'm all for ass shaking, like that's my thing, that's my niche. But like I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna, you know, show a little face and everything. Even if I'm twerking, I'm gonna look back at the camera, like not just ask. Because remember, this is YouTube; it's gonna go on. Like you don't want to get completely banned.
And I wanna tell the girls that are in the back section that haven't been in a video, when they're twerking and stuff for the camera, it's not to be all up on your personal area. It's for the whole shot because there's only so much YouTube can even show, if anything.
Facts. Not every clip
You
gets
know what I'm
used.
saying? And it's not gonna be like a zoomed in shot of you. Like, if you kind of get what I'm saying without me having to
No, yeah,
literally
like it's
say.
because a lot of people probably think like when it's like a twerking like shoot, like oh my gosh, you're gonna be like seen like, but it's like girl, no, like they're gonna be getting the background too. They're gonna be getting different angles and stuff like that. Like it's just the vibes.
Yeah,
Like
I think it's about comfortability too, because I don't know. I've had a few set horror stories, and even if it wasn't with me, like
horror
just
story is
seeing it,
intense.
yeah, but just like set stuff, you know. And I don't know, some people behind the camera, they just get a little too excited, and like you can just kind of tell the vibe is off. Or,
I've
like,
literally
sometimes
heard
the vibe is
directors
weird.
say something, but to
Yeah,
videographers like, bro,
I've
like
seen
move
that
off
too.
her, like you're
like
good.
Sometimes,
Like
like I've seen agents have to step in for girls because she was not comfortable. She was like, I got booked as a model, like not as a stripper. You're asking me to do too much, and they were kind of like being on top of her with like, and it's just like, you know. So I understand both sides completely, because it's like, yeah, sometimes that's the vibe. Like, you know, if it's a shaking ass kind of song,
try to
that falls
find-
on
Just
casting directors too, though. I feel like as a casting director, like you should like kind of let the models know, like, hey, this video shoot is gonna be twerking required.
They were changing it last minute though. Like it was like, you know how sometimes the artists or
Oh,
like
okay,
the
yeah,
people
they
on
would
set,
change the
they
vibe up for
they
it.
want to get into a certain kind of vibe because of whatever the fuck reason. It was like one of them.
Okay, I feel
You know,
that,
or
'cause
like,
it's
you know,
like
how
I
some models are
came
more
here thinking it was
comfortable
something
doing
else,
certain
and
things.
then
Yeah, no, because
See, I
that
always
is
try to-
super important too. Because you need to say like, are you gonna be dancing or are you gonna be doing more sensual? Because some girls are beauty shot girls. They don't do that extra stuff.
and that's completely
So,
fine. Like
of course, but like you need
let
to be
them know.
aware of that, because that's fucked up. You show up, you think you're doing beauty shots, and then they're like bend over, like you're gonna be like, whoa.
No facts, and then they're like, oh well, if you're not gonna do, you're not gonna get paid.
Yeah.
It's like, well, damn, I didn't know that. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't know
It's
like
just
this
open
was
communication.
I always try to find girls who can do everything, because I have a girl in Atlanta, and it's like, she's like, and she's in a relationship with a girl or whatever, but it's like you don't do lingerie. I don't think she does bikini. She doesn't twerk, even if it's not in lingerie or bikini. So it's just like,
Is it like for the sake of her relationship? Like, is she just want to respect her partner? Because if so, like, this isn't the industry for
I mean,
you. But
I never really ask. I just kind of like,
just stop booking her.
Do you try to book her for music
Kinda.
videos specifically, or is it other work?
I mean, it's a music video. That's mainly what I do
So
out of
yeah,
Atlanta.
the thing is,
so
to be a music
just
video
makes it
girl, you
hard.
have to be okay with being a little bit more risque. Just as a whole, I'm not saying you have to be completely like shaking ass every single video, but you have to be more on that side of being okay. Because a lot of it is bikini, even if it's just like being on a yacht, having fun, like being on jet skis.
You still have to be in a
I had
bikini,
like 2 of those this week. You know, you're still in a bikini.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it depends. Again, that's more high fashion. Then, if you really want to be more covered up, you're gonna go to that kind of industry. You have
But
to
is it
know
'cause-
each niche, because it's different.
It do be different.
Yeah, it's not. I don't want to say it's not transferable, because some of the skills are, but it's not the same thing across the board. Like you can't just normally do one kind of thing and have no practice in anything else, and just kind of want to switch over and be like, okay, I don't have to do anything else. Like you gotta know about that field, because it's different.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think we're out of time for part 1. We're going to add Yazzy. I mean,
Yazzy.
in for part Yazmin for part 2. I will be stepping out. Yaz will be here. You're here? Are you doing part 2?
I could do part 2.
Yeah. So we're about to do part 2, and Yazzy's gonna step. Yaz, you already know what I mean.
It's a lot of Yaz going on.
A lot of Yazmania.
Hey, do you got a microphone for me?
We gotta talk about relationships.
Yeah, I'm assuming.
guess.
Are we talking
Because
about
I want to let the ladies know.
men ain't shit.
You can find a man who will accept what you do.
There's her, then there's me. Like men ain't shit.
No, literally. No, but facts. Men
Drops the
really
mic.
ain't shit.
Me.
Like what?
Men ain't shit. Your daddy ain't shit. Your granddaddy ain't
Because
shit.
people really look.
Granddaddy-
People look at me crazy though when they find out my boyfriend. Like, your boyfriend's okay with what you do. Da-da." I'm like, listen, like you can find somebody that like.
Yeah.
Like of course, like not. I'm not gonna say like every guy has to be okay with your girl doing Playboy or da da da. But like, if you're in modeling, like you can find a man that's gonna be supportive of like the
Yeah.
modeling shit. Like,
It's just like one of those things, like if you want to be after somebody who's a model or whatever, you need to be secure. You have no place to be like, I'm not comfortable with that.
listen.
Are my
Who
curls out of place? Are my
cares?
braids? They're out of place.
Wait,
No,
what?
it looks
Did
good.
out your
It's
face,
good.
out your
No, they
face.
look good. They
Pull
look good.
that braid. Yeah, you already know what I'm
Yeah.
talking about. Yeah,
Yeah.
more forward. Yeah, yeah. But
All right. So I know that you guys can. Am I picking up on the mic?
Not disturb, 'cause-
Do you want to get picked up on the mic?
Yeah, because if not, it's just us.
Can you
having
move your
conversation.
chair, move that chair, Johnny, closer to hear them? Oh, well, you can't see. Oh, you're going to be blocking that camera. That's why.
Yeah, I'll be blocking this camera. This is a wide shot.
Unless we share, I can turn this one over like this. How does this sound when you talk? No?
Talk?
Start talking?
Hey, can you guys hear me? Go ahead. Can you hear me now? A little bit.
And then
If
like, we share
anything,
this, you know what I
If
mean?
can you put it
Oh, yeah.
under that camera so it's kind of like right here? You see how it goes like that?
Oh, yeah,
Like,
like
that maybe, so it's closer to him and under the camera.
And then
It ain't
you
bad.
And then
guys
yeah, we'll share this one.
Yeah, we'll share.
It's just you're gonna have to.
Women in STEM.